Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I wanted to talk today about some of the work we're doing to build the Filecoin ecosystem across all the different types of participants, general community implementers, protocol designers, storage developers, miners, and so on. So let's see. Okay, so I'll start with a quick overview of Filecoin and its incentive layer, and also how the different participants are part of that. Two, talk about the why, why we're here building this network, and then three, talk about some of the specifics that we're working on within the ecosystem. If we go back to the early days of the project, Juan Benet founded for Protocol Labs because the internet, we believe the internet has become one of the most important technologies to humanity, and we build protocols and systems and tools to improve how it works. Why is the internet so important to our society? It's because of its ability to exchange and connect information. So you might have heard of some of the other projects that Protocol Labs has created and spun off, libp2p for peer-to-peer networking, IPFS for distributed data storage and access, and then Filecoin as kind of the missing incentive layer to this DWeb stack. And Filecoin's, as an incentive layer has a few key components. The first is that we now introduce a market, so you can have storage and retrieval deals that are tied to cryptographic contracts, and that provides guarantees that a purely voluntary system like IPFS, for example, can't do on its own. The second is it's Filecoin's proof system, and these proofs can guarantee data integrity and duration and provide a public record of how long these contracts have lasted and what data is being stored. And that's, that public record is essentially is the blockchain. Lastly, Filecoin's tokens provide the payment mechanism for providing and improving storage over time. So, so what is the incentive layer? What are we talking about? That is, all of these combined, add up to a storage network that that offers some of the capabilities we're really excited about. And currently, the Filecoin ecosystem is, it's new. We're still in the testnet phase, but we've already seen a lot of exciting work that's being built on top of the, on top of the network. PowerGate is probably one of the most exciting, but there's tons and tons more. We have about 175 repositories, 12 client applications, about 60 developer libraries, and they span the gamut from, really all-encompassing tools like PowerGate to small and highly reusable modules like hardware wallet integrations or signing tools, etc., all the way to collaborations that extend beyond software into the people who are stewards of this data that we're working so hard to preserve and share and store. I'll give a couple examples. Filecoin Discover, which was announced last month, is an answer to this, to the challenge of how much data we're generating every day. We generate 2.5 quintillion bytes, and that includes stuff like climate science reports, disease tracking maps, your connected car coordinates, cultural documentaries, and so much more. So you might not want to store everything. You don't need to store TikTok videos or Snapchat videos necessarily, or although some of those might be deemed worthy of curation and archiving. But a lot of these publicly usable data sets are the ones that the Filecoin project is going to sponsor. So we're sponsoring the storage of many petabytes of open source data. Some of you on this call are already participants, either as data providers or miners who are participating on the miner side. Currently, the first wave of public data has been curated, and the Discover store is now open. We have 600 miners already committed to participating within the first 24 hours, which is just an overwhelming and very exciting wave of activity. And then once the mainnet launches, we'll have the Discover portal open, and that portal will provide public access to all of this data on the network. Now, Discover is, like, I'd call it a very cross-disciplinary program. It touches the market, proofs, chain, token, and all of these play a role in Discover's success. The other thing, I'll skip ahead a bit, the other thing about the Discover program is that it connects participants from all different parts of the ecosystem. So it's not a one-to-one collaboration between Filecoin and one party, but it's bringing together players from all different sides. I'll share another example, which is the Starling storage project. It's a decentralized storage application. It's designed for use in archival settings, and it really highlights Filecoin's ability to demonstrate the authenticity of a file over the course of time. This is the command line app. There's also a REST API, so that might be more useful if you're using it in a large scale production context. Again, it also touches, and leverages all these aspects of the Filecoin network, the market, proofs, chain, and token, to create an application that makes a useful contribution to how we collectively store information across a decentralized network. All of these projects that I shared, and many, many more that aren't displayed here, are built on the Filecoin ecosystem stack. So at the bottom, there's a proofs layer, and then on top of that, we wrap nodes that perform all the functions of executing the protocol, connecting to other nodes. On top of that, the two lighter blue segments are probably the most exciting if you're a developer, if you're a storage developer or storage user, because it offers both tooling and libraries, and also infrastructure to build your client applications, and then also some graphical or REST API or other integrations that allow you to actually, as a custodian of data or someone who wants to interact with the network, use these applications to participate in Filecoin. So all of these are constantly growing. We've got a lot more to come. I want to share a couple of resources for building on top of this. First, speaking of those layers, I think one example is the Zondax signing library and hardware integrations, and then Open Work Labs, which is product studio. So I'd say going back to here, they're in these two light blue layers. And between those two, we have really extensive experience in cryptography, and we also have really great front-end user experience. So as a result, we have signing tools and an integration library that aren't used just for this collaboration, but they can be used by tons of other projects. You can check it out at Filecoin-RS, and also look up Ledger Filecoin integrations. And then we also have a really nice Glyph web wallet that's both secure and user-friendly. The next thing that's coming up, and what we're excited to announce very soon, is more systems, reputation systems, markets, etc., that connect not just clients, clients with different layers in the client segment, but also connecting clients and miners through different incentive programs. So we'll be sharing more news about that very soon. We have a developer grants program that I wanted to make sure everyone knew about. The grants program is here to reward new and ongoing contributions, and really kind of support the growth and creativity of the Filecoin ecosystem. So far, we've awarded over 30 grants, both open-ended and grants that respond to specific requests for proposals, so specific problem statements. We do review on a rolling basis, but we concentrate our activity with these quarterly waves. So the next wave is opening July 1st, and look up Filecoin Dev Grants if you want more information. Lastly, we have some documentation links for you. And then, like Emily mentioned, come on into the Filecoin Slack or Matrix. It's bridged. The community chat is a great place to get started. Phil-help is probably the first place to go. And then depending on your interests, Phil Mining, Lotus, Spec, Storage Dev, there are a couple dozen channels depending on what you're interested in. Thanks, everyone.